All right, welcome back. Episode 2, Life Be Lyfin, the good, the
Good,
bad, and the
bad, and the
ugly.
ugly.
Starring me, JR, and my wife, Tiffany. Uh, the title to this one is 2024 was the worst year of our marriage. And so we're going to get into that and talk about that.
Well,
And run down through there about that. So,
right. Well, to go into 2024 and to start this journey of the story, we kind of got to go to the end of 2023. Um, let you
yeah,
tell that
20.
part.
So, um, I was working with a company, CPL, working with a company, driving, doing medical service or whatever. And fast story skinny, I ended up putting in my 2 weeks notice at the end of 2023. I was going through a lot of bullcorn at that job by one particular supervisor. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know, but
It's a lot of nitpicking.
just nitpicking, targeting
Yeah,
type of situation. But
that's what you
anyway,
can call it.
yeah, it was. So, you know, we come up with a situation. We was somewhere else doing some shopping at another place, another company, and was talking to one of the managers there, and he was telling me about a job opportunity there. Well, he was telling my wife about it, and you know, I was there, and then so I get into to the conversation. We start talking, and he started telling me, yeah, man, basically you should apply. Come over here. I can make you what was it, assistant manager or a manager of the
Like a customer service, like manager, but like over the accounts and stuff, pretty much.
yeah, like an account manager or something like that.
Right.
So, boom. So thinking, all right, well, cool, woo. So I mean, it sounded good.
It sounded real
It
good. I'm
sounded
talking about
great.
he laid this out
It
like the
sounded
red
great.
carpet at the Grammys, baby.
Yeah, but it wasn't none of that. It
None
wasn't
of
none
that.
of that. It was all cap. It was all. It wasn't what he laid it out to be. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, uh, we'll get in that. But anyway, so uh, through the basis of what he was telling me and how he laid it out, I put in my 2 weeks notice with the company I was with, and yeah, put in my 2 weeks notice with the company I was with. Applied with the new company to go over there. Got that job, and anyway, got that job, and let's just say I got that job. I was there a week, maybe 2 weeks, and walked off because it wasn't what he said it was gonna be, and it wasn't. The job didn't entitle, you know, how he made it out to be. So, uh, boom, this is the end of 23. So, taking mine, we had been staying in our apartment in Carrollton
About three
for
years.
for coming up on 3 years. 2024 was gonna make 3 years. Our lease was up February 2024. So, um, you know, and we didn't renew the lease. So we were trying to find somewhere else to stay and all that stuff. So we had that going, and yeah, we trying to find somewhere else to stay. We had that going, so it was just a lot going on. I got this new job, supposed to be, but it didn't turn out how it was supposed to be. So wasn't there long. So next thing you know, I'm jobless. You know what I'm saying? December, bills is racking up. The lease is coming to an end. You know what I'm saying? In 2024, the new year. So a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? In a short span of time. So boom, we go into 2024. You know what I'm saying? Thank God. You know what I'm saying? Tiffany ended up. We ended up. I landed another job situation with a driving company, hospital carriers. Um, we about to get ready to close. I'm blind probably in a minute. But anyway, hospital carriers. And so, boom, start doing that early January. Boom. So, but by that time, it's time to, we still trying to find an apartment. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to play catch up because I hadn't worked for about a month. And we didn't know. We got a situation. The apartments that we were living in, they got it on our credit that we in some kind of debt. You know
That
what I'm
we
saying? So
that we owe money.
that we owe money.
Right.
So we applying for apartments and we getting denied, not knowing what we getting denied for.
Right.
You know what I'm
Nobody's
saying?
telling us.
So we ain't knowing
Yeah.
what's going on. So we looking like, what's going on? Why they denying us? Like we make the amount of money and
Make the money, like just finish, pretty much basically finish the lease.
Yeah, we just pretty much finishing this lease. We've been here these apartments 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So they see the consistency. They see we,
Right.
I mean, we able to stay in an apartment and consistently and pay our bills and do what we supposed to do. So why would we get denied? So um, for we ended up finding out one of the apartments. We applied for disclosure information or something. Let us know. Uh, so yeah. Anyway, we found that out later though. Months later. But anyway, so that happened. And then, so long story short, since we wasn't able to get an apartment in a timely fashion,
another situation ended up coming up.
Yeah.
To help out in another area.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, why not? We'll do that.
Right. So we went to go live with my dad. For a brief moment, we went over there to live with him. And it was a help out situation, both ways, or whatever. So the case may be, because we had to do, and also, that happened. So in February, so we move, we get a moving company, and we get moved in with my dad and his wife, and so anyway, boom. So in the process of that, on the day that we moving, my wife Tiffany, her foot situation arises.
The day of the move.
The day of the move,
Yeah.
she started having a lot of pain, and
I'm gonna let her go into that. Right, I had a lot of pain
in
in my foot, and the day we was moving, I said, "Jerry, I'm gonna go over here and get my foot looked at, like just see if they can give me something, some pain meds maybe or something, or just see what's going on, see if they can figure out what's going on." Before the moving company come or whatever. And I go up there, they do an x-ray, they do this, they give me what they can for pain. And just wasn't working out. So it's like something is wrong, something is off. So I look up actually a foot doctor. I was recommended, my mom, one of her doctor she visits, they had a foot doctor in there. But come to find out, he's not even the right doctor. Like, he's an orthopedic, basically look at bones and everything. So, but I find this out after I go to him. But I go to him, he does an x-ray, and then he takes me back to the room, and he tells me, "Oh, I need to relieve pressure from your foot." So he cuts my foot. Now, I didn't have no line, no cuts, no open wounds, no nothing at first, but he cuts my foot. My foot gets infected from that cut. He didn't know anything to know about needing to relieve pressure or anything. He hadn't done an MRI. He hadn't done anything. He literally did an X-ray, which you can't see on anything on the X-ray but bones. My bones were fine. There was nothing wrong with that, but there was just something else going on, and he just decided he was gonna just try some, I guess, experiment, I guess. And so I was supposed to go back to him, and I didn't end up going back. I in the process before going back to him, I looked up, I know they say stay off Google and stuff like that, but I end up going on Google and I looked up diabetic foot doctor, because let's not forget to mention I'm a diabetic as well.
Right,
and with diabetics, like, dealing with cuts, dealing with any type of injuries or anything like that, it's extremely hard to heal, or not really hard to heal, but just takes longer. And so I ended up looking up a diabetic foot doctor, not knowing that this would be my guardian angel. Like this lady, this doctor was the shiznit, like for real. Like, so I went to her and she looked at my foot and she was just like, I don't know what this is. Like, I don't, I've never seen this before. So I literally became a case study for her and her colleagues. And I dealt with that for the whole end of, because this was like towards the end of February when I started going to her, the end of February and into March. And we tried everything. We tried oral antibiotics. It Nothing was working. Different types of antibiotics, nothing was working. And so she ended up sending me to an infection doctor and found out I do have confirmed I did have an infection because I did do blood work and that's how I confirmed also that I had an infection and everything as well. And so I ended up going to she sent me to an infection doctor and he talks to me and he says, we need to put a PIC line in your arm. And I'm like, a PIC line? Like, I'm young. Like, what do you want to put that? Like I don't want that in my arm. I don't. You have to sleep with this. You have to, it's very uncomfortable. But I was like, okay, if you think it'll work, you know. So I get the PIC line, and we're doing antibiotics through the line, um, because the oral wasn't working. So we're doing the antibiotics another way, and by the end of that, like I'm going through that. That's probably like the whole month of March. I'm going through that. I have a nurse coming out every week to change my PIC line and clean it and everything. And, you know, my mom's administering the antibiotics, the medicine, which was horrible. Not to mention, doing that, I can't eat. Like, I can't keep anything down. Anything I try to eat or not even, I don't even
Right.
have to eat. I'm just, it's coming up.
Right.
So, one good thing did come out of that. I lost a lot of weight. But
Right.
it's definitely not worth going through what I went through to lose that weight, but I did. So I'm laid up. I can't do anything. By this time, going into March, because we stayed with his dad, uh, till not even a full month, maybe 3 weeks. And it wasn't even until March 1st. But we ended up moving my mom, and thank God for my mom. Thank God for my family, everybody over there in that household
Right.
helped
Right.
me out, took care of me because it was just me and my husband at first. I didn't have any help. I couldn't walk. I couldn't go make me nothing to eat. I couldn't even go get me a drink of water. That's how bad it was. And before I moved with my mom, I ended up going to get this knee scooter to like try to get around.
Right.
And so I had the knee scooter, and that was helpful. But yeah, just with the help of my family and stuff like that, being able to, get the help I needed while he was at work, and when he wasn't at work,
Yeah.
when he was home, he was taking care of me. So
Right. Right.
going into that, that's the whole month of March, experiencing that, and it's just like with the doctor, she told me, she was like, you were this close to losing your foot when you came into me, and I just can't even imagine not having my foot. Like me and my husband was like, man, like we were like going through a whirlwind because it's like trying to imagine, going through that or anything like that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And
To even,
right,
I mean, to even think to even try to
as a
fathom that.
possibility, yeah,
Like, I don't know, that was weird. Like, I'm like,
yeah.
damn.
So
But I thank God. Like, I thank God because
yeah,
I mean, some kind of way, I kind of knew you wasn't gonna lose your foot. Like,
right,
I just couldn't see you without your foot. I don't.
right,
I
right,
mean, real talk. So, I thank God for that.
right.
But yeah, very serious though. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's very serious.
Very serious. So it was definitely a wake up call. Let's say that.
Right.
I'll say that.
So going through that, it just nothing was working. So even going back to the doctor, she was like, "Look, I know you don't want to hear this. I know this is your last resort, last what you wanted to do, but surgery is the next option. Like we're gonna have to, you know, because it's an infection, we need to go in there and take in and get it out." Because she was even trying to drain my foot, and it wasn't working. Like it was so painful, and she drained it as much as she could, but she was like draining it to this capacity, and then like it's still in there, so it's like it's still gonna come back. It's gonna come right back. We need to go in there and get it all. So after working up the nerves, I didn't even schedule the surgery, and she called me just like, "Why didn't you schedule your surgery?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm not ready. Like I don't I don't want to do surgery." So she talked me into it. I ended up scheduling, and top of like mid April or like maybe early April, I end up having surgery on my foot to remove
Yeah.
the infection completely. It was such a scary situation, but my mom and my husband was there with me,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very quick. It was a day surgery. I went in.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I was asleep. By the time I woke up, they was like, "Yeah, you in recovery. We done already did the surgery." I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"What?" I'm looking at my foot like, "So everything's gone? Like you good?" Like, "Yep, you good." So
They wrapped you up and
wrapped me up.
bandaged you up, your
Yeah,
foot
wrapped
and
my foot
stuff.
up, bandaged it up. Like I couldn't get it wet, couldn't walk on it, couldn't do anything. Like I literally barely could go to the bathroom. So I had
Yeah.
to. Yeah, it was bad, but coming out that situation, I'm completely thankful for my husband and my family. Um, at this time I'm off work because I had to take off work. I ended up doing FMLA. Um, because to sit at work, even though I work from home, but to sit at work, I'm sitting at the computer, and as my feet is like hanging, like if it's not elevated or I'm not laying down, my foot was in excruciating pain. So I end up having to take off work to like completely focus on my healing and my healing journey and getting better. And really, at this time when I took off, figuring out what it was because we still hadn't figured out what's going on. So yeah,
Yeah. 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 So that the process of that figuring out what was going on. Like I said, you was off work. How long you was off work? Like how long?
um, I was off work maybe a month and a half. I was
Right.
so ready to go off work. I'm telling y'all, it's like it's only so much TV you can watch. I promise you, I
Man.
watched all the seasons of The Chi, and before I
Yeah.
could never get into that show, but I started
Yeah.
watching. And I was like, Jay, you gotta check this show.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah,
we was watching.
I was watching The
I
Chi.
mean,
I
I ain't
caught
gonna
up on
lie,
all
it
my
was pretty
shows.
good though, cause I ended up
Yeah,
tuning into a few episodes too. Like, damn, okay, I ain't never
yeah.
seen this before. But yeah, you was watching all kind of shows. Like, I mean, it's understandable. You couldn't do nothing. You
Couldn't
know
do
what I
nothing.
mean?
Just laid up,
You had to
literally.
you had to be in the bed. So
Yeah,
it was a struggle to move. Like that was a trying time, man. Like it was tough, cause
yeah.
it was tough. Cause like I say,
And him,
but like
you
I say,
having to
thank
go to
God
work
though, he brought us
and
through.
still going to work and
Yeah,
know you probably worrying and stressing about me,
yeah,
but
yeah.
he made it through,
We made it through. We
made
made
it
it
through.
through. You know what I mean? And we telling about it now, talking about it now, telling
Yeah,
the
this
story.
time
So
last year, or like, well, not even this time last year, but mid last year, I didn't even want to talk about it. It was such a stressful situation to the point, like scary and stressful situation. It bothered me to even talk about it. Like it brought me to tears to even talk about it. So to be able to sit here today and just tell my story is definitely a good thing.
for
Yeah.
sure, man. So you know, we
Do
had that
appreciate
situation.
also want to say this. I do appreciate everybody who prayed for me. Everybody who checked in, everybody who,
Yeah,
even if you didn't, I'm sure you were there in spirit.
yeah,
So I appreciate it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate it. I appreciate it too, man. Like I said, a lot of people was praying for you. They was
Mhm.
they were praying for you like in the cousins group chat.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
they all
You
had
tell me.
encouraging words like and uplifting words and prayers and things like that
Right.
for you. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely
From
appreciate it.
Rocky, uh, Justice, Bernicia, like
Definitely
Teasy,
appreciate it.
Jayla, just all the cousins really,
Right.
that in the
No,
group chat
I appreciate it. I needed it
was
because, ooh,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. So we made it through that, you know what I'm saying? So we had that situation and so boom, you know what I mean? Here we go. We start down the rocky road, we start down the we going down this road
Slippery
2024.
slope.
Yeah, slippery slope. So
Yeah, come out of that to some more shit.
to some more stuff, more shit like you say. So
Right.
um boom. I mean, we going into it what like from there
Mm-hmm.
infidelity situation. Uh let's just say I don't know. I don't even really know how to just. I guess it go right into it.
Well, I
How we
don't
gonna?
know. Do you think like let's save a little slender for the next episode. So what we'll do is we'll end it here and then we'll pick up on the next episode. So y'all make sure y'all come back and hear the rest of our journey and our story of 2024, the worst year of our marriage. This is Life Be Lifin', the good, the bad, the
And the
ugly.
ugly.
Y'all make sure you like, subscribe, and share. We want to take as many people as we can on this journey with us, and we do appreciate everybody who show us love and ride this journey with us. So if we can be a help or assistance or anything in any advice that we have been through, um, if you have any questions or anything, like don't be afraid to like reach out. If you have any, like I said before in the first video, if you have any topics you'd like us to discuss that we're not talking about, because we can only talk about what we've been through.
Right.
But if you have any topics, be sure to leave a comment.
Right.
And
Right. Right.
once again, like, subscribe, and please share.
For
Thank y'all
sure.
for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.
A continuation. See y'all later.